Rick Nielsen, thewebtrainer.com. And today I want to talk about can you even make any money on the internet anymore? And I know I've seen topics online about this before. And a lot of what I get asked, and this was probably the very first thing I was ever asked on YouTube after they watched one of my videos, was, yeah, I can't remember what the guy's name was, but he said something to the effect of, yeah, but is there any program that can make me any money online, or is it all just a bunch of scams? Can you even make money on the internet? It was something along those lines. And I never did respond to him because I was going to do it in a video, and now I've finally got my butt around to doing it. But this comes up all the time, and I read a lot of forums and a lot of people online that talk about, well, is it a scam? You can't make any money on the internet anymore. And my opinion of it is this, that there's very few what I would consider a true scam on the internet. There's a lot of things where you're like, hey, send me $5,000, and if you get 10 friends to send you $5,000, then you're going to have like $50,000, and it's kind of that perpetual pyramid-looking thing. To me, that's a scam because there's no real value in anything. Nobody's gaining anything. It's just a big money shuffle transfer, and or the one that you see come across that like, okay, I'm going to send you $10 million to your bank account. You can keep all of it, but $12.50 because my brother needs foot surgery. So I live in Packasguanastay or whatever it's called, and by the way, take it to the bank and then send me the rest of it and this, and it's, those are scams. Those aren't intended to do anything except rip people off. A lot of times people think a scam is they download a white paper, they try an e-course, and it just doesn't work like the people promoting it said it would. And I think in our zealous to show how great our product is, or maybe it worked well for us, as an internet entrepreneur, you got to think common sense wise. There is no single magic bullet product online. There's only one magic bullet. And that can't be used to make money online. But you got to look at each product that you buy, or each service, or each software as this is a piece of the puzzle of what I need to become successful on the internet. I know a lot of people promise a lot of things on the internet, and they say, well, this system will work. I bought so many systems that I've heard guys and gals say that all you need to do is just do this, and it works. And I've been an entrepreneur most of my life, so I try these things like that didn't have any chance of working. It may have worked for them, but I always look at it as this is just a piece of the puzzle. So I take that piece and I put it here, go, okay, I know this works, but it's not working by itself, so I may need something else. Because everybody's different. Everybody's business model is different. The way people market, the way they do things, their connections, how motivated they are. I mean, let's face it, if you're going to put in 5 hours a month on your internet business, I don't care what program you buy, it's never going to work. So, you have to put it in comparison to what your goals are and what your aspirations are, I guess. But I've bought so many $30, $40, $50, $60 products before, and not very many of them were crap. I mean, there was a couple that were I just bought one the other day for like $40 or $45. It was absolutely the worst piece of crap I ever saw in my life. I can't believe it looks like they put it together while they were watching Survivor or something. And then they threw it out there and said, oh yeah, it's going to get so much traffic. Look at my numbers. I looked at it like there isn't a valid piece of information in this whole convoluted piece of garbage I bought. So that was one of the rare occasions, but I've bought Facebook programs, and I've bought ClickBank products or things that talk about ClickBank. And you have to look at it like this. If I get one tiny bit of information out of that, it was worth it. It was well worth it, because the way you win on the internet and internet marketing is knowledge. And that knowledge is what will work for you, not for, like Jeff Johnson or Shoe Money or Perry Belcher or any of these other guys. It's what'll work for you. You need to be a sponge of information, and then take that information, put it in some way that you can make it work for you, because what one guy or gal does on the internet is not necessarily going to work for you. And I mean, I'm sorry, but maybe there's some people that promise that, but I just think that's a load of crap. Everybody is different. I was in the financial service industry for years, and what worked for me didn't work for other people because of who I was and how I did things. But there's certain techniques and things you need to learn to become successful. So you look at it as just this big toolbox of information and take in all you can, and then figure out How do I want to use these things? Where do I want to use them? Because after a while, it all starts coming together. So you'll start doing this particular marketing program and go, ooh, oh, I remember this YouTube technique that would allow me to do X. So then you go in your toolbox and you shift through it like, ooh, there's that. And I put that piece together. And now you're starting to mold your strategy together, and you're starting to mold how you can make money on the internet. Because there is, like I said, there's no magic bullet. There's no one system that will do it. It takes time and consistency. The other thing I have found is that for some reason, the internet has a bad reputation. Is if I haven't made $10,000 in the last 3 weeks, well, this is a completely crap program, so I got to move on to something else. And think about this for a minute. The internet is nothing more than just a vehicle for whatever success that you're looking for. Just because it's online and just because the internet has a reputation of being expedient in the way things happen doesn't mean that your success is going to happen that fast. The people that succeed do consistent work over a period of time to get to that success. I look at Jeremy Shoemaker at Shoe Money. I really think, I admire a lot of what he's done, or almost everything he's done, because he's been very consistent and very, hardworking, I guess is a word. I've heard him say things like, he's kind of lazy and stuff, but he's obviously a hard worker. He's done these things himself, and he's crashed and burned. The nice thing about the internet is that you can learn these things quickly and figure out what works and what doesn't work, and learn from other people's experience, so kind of avoid some of those landmines laying around so that you don't make the same mistakes. And you can do it so quickly and so inexpensive, and so in such an inexpensive way that you can turn directions just rapid as can be. And so when people say, well, there's nothing out there that can make money on the internet, it's like that's a load of crap. And what is a lot of money? First of all, what is a lot of money? And you can't expect to make $1 million a year on the internet if you're only willing to put 5 hours a week in. That's just not going to happen. It's like any business. You put a ton in the beginning, and then you end up reaping the rewards out the other side. You just have to be a smart entrepreneur. You have to be a smart business person and do things that make sense. So to answer this gentleman's question, yeah, there's some scams on the internet, but you have to weigh what is a scam. Just because a system, a program, an ebook, software that you purchased didn't work for you at this particular time, that does not mean it's a scam. If it's a good piece of information that you can put in your toolbox, set it there, and start working and figuring out what pieces work for you, then it was well worth the money. So, make sure you support the people who have these products, and even if they give away the products and they have a way to donate, please donate to these people because they work really, really hard for this. And so do your homework, do your research. Last piece of advice is this. A friend of mine told me this a long time ago. He was a very, very successful entrepreneur. If you treat your business like a hobby, it'll cost you like a hobby. If you treat your business like a business, it can pay you like one. So hopefully that helps out. Hopefully you got a little bit of something out of it. And go out there and try to make your fortune on the internet. We'll see you again. This is Rick Nielsen, the Web Trainer.